Is it recording? Okay. I will just talk about the experience of being robbed. Because it's not something I don't think someone experiences normally in their lifetime. It shouldn't be something one experiences within their lifetime. But yeah, what can one say? What can one say? All you gotta do is, I guess, humanize it, normalize it as much as you can, and just move past. But yes, if this fucker goes to jail, he will get probably like a long time in jail. Yeah, a long time in jail. He will probably get like battery with a deadly weapon, because it was a machete. First of all, a fucking machete. And yes, you don't think of it.
One of those ones from like those sword shops or something.
Yep. Fucking machete. A big motherfucker. So assault or battery, I guess, with a deadly weapon. And just, so many charges against that. But yes, my whole experience being robbed. Yes, when you work in a small shop with no surveillance, the thought of it is definitely there. It gets joked about because that store has been open for 13 years. And it gets joked about, because you don't think it will actually happen. It's one of those very surreal things. Like, when shit goes down in small towns and people say, oh, it'll never happen to me. I just hear about those stories happening. Yeah, it's one of those one of those tales. Exactly. You don't think it will ever happen until it does. And then when it does, you're like, how the shit do I deal with this? And then you go on your little drinking binge and your chain smoking binge and your drug binge, and then you become normal after. It only happened like 5 days ago, and I'm already there to accept it. It could have went a lot worse. It could have been assault with a battery weapon or whatever. Battery with assault or whatever. Oh, whatever. He didn't hurt me. Yeah, that's all that matters. I was not harmed in the making of him obviously needing money. And that's another thing too, is because he was Aboriginal. And a lot of our family speaks up for Aboriginal rights. And I speak up for Aboriginal rights, and then the same person that robs me, who commits me this trauma and this harm, is Aboriginal. It sort of brings like two fucking different sides of the story to what I'm saying, to what I believe in. It makes you kind of like double think what you actually believe in, and start to just, I see now what happened, like, what the other people say, because it physically and emotionally happened to me. It happened to me. I was robbed by an Aboriginal, someone who is apparently the most, convicted of crime, the most race convicted of crime in this fucking country, and it happened. So you gotta think, is this where they come from? But that's what being a strong person is about. Still sticking to your beliefs, not sticking because you had a crime from one stereotype of one culture. Sticking to your beliefs is like, yes, this did happen, and it was very unfortunate. It was extremely unfortunate. But I strongly believe he just needed money. For whatever reasons, I don't need to know. But things could have went a lot worse. It could have went a lot worse. He could have worn masks. He could have fucking, pointed a gun, and said, give me your money, cunt, or give me your money, bitch. But it didn't go like that. The first thing he said was, don't worry, girl. He knew like women are vulnerable, but at the same time, they're very strong. And he's like very, very protective of women. So it can go both ways. It just depends on how you look at it.
So did you say anything when he was like talking to you and stuff?
Did I say anything?
To him?
The only thing I could fucking croak out of my throat. The only thing I could fucking say was, do you want the change too? I'm not kidding. It's all I could say. Couldn't say another word. It's not every day. You don't think of that actually happening to you. You really don't. Like, yeah, you live in a crime-filled city and you hear about things, like, you know, around you being robbed, but you don't think it would actually happen to you. So I guess the best thing to do from now on, if people work alone, make sure they're secure. Make sure there's, you know, actual security footage and security guards, and make sure they're not, you know, trapped in a bad situation. Because that could have been avoided. It could have not happened. But I didn't have the secure measures to protect me.
Like a bat?
Yeah.
A bat behind the counter?
Where's Parker with his baseball bat? A very weird thing about before the robbery happened. I had the day I woke up, I always have nightmares. I always do. It's a normal thing. But this one day I woke up and I just felt like I couldn't work. Nothing was wrong. I just felt like, you know, something bad was like a gut instinct that something bad was going to happen. And the other weird thing is, my best friend who also works there, he's a male and he's 6 foot tall and he's from Africa. He's from Libya, Africa. And he's moved here when he was 8 and he's 18 now. So he's lived here for 10 years. But still, he told me he was walking out the door around like 7:30 or 7 p.m. and he also got a bad gut instinct. And this is a true story. He also got a bad gut instinct and he walked back and he's like, no, I got to do my homework instead. And then this happened. The robbery happened at 8 p.m. And it's almost like, you know, something was saying, but then they say it was a good thing that it was me, because if anyone else was there, they might have had to use force. They might have had to use their lethal weapons. Like, it's a battery with a lethal weapon. Like, yeah. Yep.
Let's get her on the phone.
Yeah.
What do you want?